Hello everyone. In this session, I will take up another type of tissue, that is special tissue. These tissues are composed of secretory cells. Special tissues are composed of secretory cells, and these secretory cells are present in various parts of plant body. They are present in various parts. That means different parts of plant body. Various parts of plant body, right? Based on their occurrence and type of secretion and place of storage of secretion, special tissues are classified into various types. They are: number 1, digestive glands, digestive glands, and second type of special tissues are called nectaries, and third type of special tissues are osmophores, and fourth type are secretory cavities, and fifth one is hydatodes, and sixth type of special tissues are latissiferous tissue. These six types of special tissues are present in our syllabus. Coming to first one, digestive glands. These glands release digestive enzymes. They release digestive enzymes, right? They are found in insectivorous plants, and they produce proteolytic enzymes. Digestive glands release digestive enzymes. They are associated with secretion of digestive enzymes. They are mainly found in insectivorous plants, and they produce proteolytic enzymes. These proteolytic enzymes helps in digestion of proteins. Next, they are mainly found in insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants like Nepenthes. They are found in pitchers of Nepenthes, and they are also found in tentacles of Drosera. And they are also present in bladders of Utricularia. Right? Once again, I am repeating. Digestive glands are concerned with the secretion of digestive enzymes. They are found in insectivorous plants. They produce proteolytic enzymes. They are mainly found in pitchers of Nepenthes, tentacles of Drosera, and bladders of Utricularia. They help in digestion of protein. Mainly these plants are growing in nitrogen deficient soil. They require nitrogen, but nitrogen is not available in that area. So these plants produce special structures. They are called pitcher leaves. Pitcher leaves are present in Nepenthes, and pitcher leaves trap the insects. Once it traps the insects in the pitchers, digestive glands are present. They release proteolytic enzymes and they digest the insects. Same like that, tentacles releases proteolytic enzymes in Drosera. Next, bladders. In the bladders, digestive glands are present and they release digestive enzymes in Utricularia. Okay, right. Coming to second type, they are nectaries. Nectaries are the glands which secrete sugary substances. They release sugary substances. and they are also called nectar glands. They are also called nectar glands. Again, nectar glands are classified into two types. They are floral nectaries and extrafloral nectaries. Floral and extrafloral nectaries. Right? Coming to first one, floral nectaries. These glands are present in the flower. They are present in flower. Such glands are called floral nectaries. Example, hibiscus. Example, hibiscus and cucurbita species. Right? Coming to second one, extrafloral nectaries. These glands are present other than the flowers. They are found other than the flower. Other than the flower. Example, gland present below the ovary of citrus and Euphorbiaceae member. External glands. External glands on Cyathium inflorescence, which is found in Euphorbiaceae family. Right? These nectar glands are useful in cross pollination. They attract the insects and they helps in pollination. Right? Next, coming to third one, osmophores. Osmophores. In some plants, special fragrance of flowers due to some glands. Those are called osmophores. These osmophores are mainly found in orchids. They are mainly found in orchids. Next, coming to secretory cavities. Secretory cavities. Secretions are stored in a duct-like or cavity-like structure. Those are called secretory cavities. Secretory cells release secretions into a cavity or duct. A cavity or duct which is called secretory cavities. Based on their origin, these secretory cavities are again divided into two types. They are, number one, lysigenous cavities. Lysigenous cavities, and second one is schizogenous cavities. Schizogenous cavities. Based on their origin, secretory cavities are of two types, lysigenous and schizogenous cavities. Coming to first one, lysigenous cavities. These cavities are formed by lysis of cells. Lysis of cells. Cells contain nucleus and a vacuole. Vacuole is filled with secretory substances. When the cells are burst, those secretions are released into cavity. Vacuole is filled with substances, secretory substances, and these substances are released into cavity. And ruptured cells surround the cavity. For example, these are the cells. These all are cells. In this, some cells are ruptured or they become dead and they form a cavity. This is a cavity, and this cavity is surrounded by ruptured cells. These all are ruptured cells, right? And the secretions are released into this cavity. They are released into this cavity. Such cavities are called lysigenous cavity. Example for lysigenous cavity are oil glands in citrus. Oil glands in citrus, right? Okay. Coming to second one, schizogenous cavity. Schizogenous cavity. These cavities are formed by enlargement of intercellular spaces between the secretory cells. They are formed by enlargement of intercellular spaces, right, which are present between the secretory cells. For example, these are the cells. In between the cells, intercellular spaces are present. These cells are enlarged, these gaps are enlarged in their size so that a cavity is formed. This cavity is again covered with a special type of cells. Otherwise, this cavity is surrounded with a layer of cells. These layer of cells are called epithelium. Epithelium or epithelial cells. These cells contain a clear nucleus and dense cytoplasm. Epithelial cells contain a nucleus and cytoplasm. These cells release secretions into the cavity. These cells release secretions. Examples for cytogenous cavity are resin ducts. Okay, this is about lysogenous and schizopgenous cavity.